That's what I said. I said.
It's not my fault your fucking dad wanted to kill himself.
I said you take him to the bathroom. That's what I said.
No, you didn't.
Hi everybody. Yeah, so I'm back to, another episode. Last one I left off, I was tired, yeah, I really was. And, so I started falling asleep, and, I went back and, listened to it. I even said I might erase it, but I thought, I'll just leave it, I don't know. It's just, make it real, it's just, not present everything, so scripted and perfect. That's just how it is. So what I was trying to say last time was I was bringing up if things got physical. So yeah, so that's what I'm gonna talk about. So I mentioned that we were we lived with my parents. Our son was born. That stuff, and then I had a little job I would go to, and she was in a tough spot because it's hard to watch a baby, stressful, and so sometimes when I come home, she was stressed out. So and one thing that would happen, she would say is, like I talked about, kids, they can get on your nerves, especially if you're already like stressed out. So so I think she would go and maybe bug, and then so she'd come home and she'd kind of complain to me about it, and I'd say, well, odd thing was, before that, like I would not discipline, but I would tell Minnie, hey, like stop, stop doing something, and she would like, kind of defend her, say, oh no, it's okay, like don't be so mean, and so and I'd say, hey, don't interfere. I go, because you're not gonna you might complain later, if you let a kid or something, like get comfortable, don't do that, because later on you might not like it. So I brought that up. I said, hey, I told you, I said, not to do that. Because she said, she would come in the room and stuff. Sometimes maybe she wanted it, peace and quiet. And so I told her that, but I don't know. That subject kept going. It would come up from time to time, and just other stuff. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how real it was, or if she was just complaining about something that didn't need that much complaining. Because come to find out after so many years, it's like, you complain about anything and everything. So I don't know. So yeah, we're there, right? And then one night, sorry, I know that random piece I played at the beginning. I know that's super random, and someone's like, where the hell did that come from? That type of comment. Well, that's exactly how I would feel or felt when just some random comment would just explode, out of what she was saying. So that's exactly what it feels like. It's just like, what, like, where did that come from? So, and honestly, like, just even when I listen to it now, it's almost worse now, because now I was used to it at the time. Like I was used to that happening, or her talking, and saying stuff. But almost now I'm like, whoa, like, it's shocking to me now, because I've been away from it for a while. Like, so right now I'm like, sheesh, I'm like riled up a little bit, like in an emotional way, like, whoa, like, because, I listened to it a little more than, what I recorded. And I'll play it in its entirety, just to show what it was like. And then, but this is much more modern, that recording. So, and I'm talking about something, that was way in the past. So it's different. But Okay, so let me just get to what happened. Okay, so one night I came home. Or I think I came home. I don't remember what my shift was because it changed. I worked in the daytime, and then at one point I switched to working like a weird swing shift. It was from 5 p.m. to like 1 or 2 in the morning. So they were odd hours, you know. So I'd come home and it was like, you know, it's late, you know. And so came home and again she was, you know, not happy. So we got into an argument. And oh, and again something that just came out of left field, you know, like from her was and again she was angry. So she said something like, "Why don't you go sleep in with your niece?" You know, and I was like, like, "What do you mean? Like, what? Like, what do you mean?" She's like, "Why don't you go sleep with your niece?" And I thought, "What are you saying? Like, you're telling me to just go sleep in the other room, or like, I don't know." It was because we were in the middle of an argument, you know. And I was like, you know, so I kept like clarify, you know, like, what are you saying? Like, and then so no, and then she said it, you know, you know, like more vulgar, you know, and yeah, and I was like, whoa, I mean, what I processed was, I can't believe what I just heard from you, you know, and yeah, at that point, I got super upset, and I slapped her on top of the head, you know, yeah, I honestly, I was like, what, why do you talk like that? And so yeah, and it was a top, you know, because I held back at some point, you know, like it wasn't, you know, I still held back. So I remember, you know, putting my arm out, you know, but then kind of stopping, and then I kind of, how do I describe? I kind of just only used like the palm of my hand to kind of strike the top of her head, you know what I mean, like in a sideways motion. So I only used, see if I could mimic it. So went like this, and then kind of went like this, like that. But you know, decent, you know, not hard, but decent force, you know. And but yeah, that was the first time I ever did anything. And but yeah, at that time I did yeah, I hit her on the head with like a slapping motion with my hand. And then she started crying, you know, like all like emotional, and then I felt bad after, you know, like for that. But you know, I was like, whoa, like, but then, you know, I was telling her like, hey, you know, I didn't want to do that, but don't talk like that. Like, yeah, just don't talk like that. That's, I don't know, like, that was strange, you know. So yeah, that was the first time. I know that's, yeah, 100%. You know, I did hit her on the head, like I described. Okay, and then the next time, damn, sounds horrible. The next time, so like I said, that was like 1990, probably 98, maybe 99, the year. No, I think 98. Yeah, no, it was 98. Had to be, because we moved out in 98. Yeah, so it had to be at 98. So then fast forward, 2003. We bought our house in 2002, December 2002. So it was like the first few months we were at our at our house. And so this one, I don't remember what the argument was about exactly, but it got real ugly. You know, and she was coming at me, you know, and she was like, you know, hitting me and stuff. And this is years later, so, you know, a lot of other stuff had happened, you know, like, meaning just arguments, you know. So she was really coming at me, and so and I was like, man, like, so I kind of was mimicking what she was doing, meaning she was trying to hit me, you know. So I kind of, to be like, I mimicked almost to like make fun of her, you know, like to that's what I was doing, like mocking her. So yeah, she's trying, like, oh, okay, this is what you want to do. So she's sitting there trying to, like swinging and all this, and so I did it back. I was doing it like I said, I was mimicking. I was like making it look silly, because I don't know, girls sounds like a dumb thing to say, but yeah, girls fight different, So I was mimicking her, like, oh, okay, this is what you want, and then but apparently even in that doing that somehow I did a little bit of damage, I didn't realize either. But yeah, apparently I hit her. But like, and I remember too, but I thought, but it was like I said, I was mimicking, so I was like, okay, you hit me, okay, I'll hit you back, and and then but yeah, the next morning, yeah, she had like she woke up with she had a black eye, sheesh, and it looked horrible, I was like, whoa, like that looks horrible, big time. So that time, yeah. So yeah, that time, like I said, I did hit her, and it did cause that, and like I said, I don't know, it's horrible, and I felt horrible, because especially what it looked like, and I was like, sheesh, like, damn, I did that. So yeah, those are the two times that flat out, yeah, I did get physical. I made it 100%, and so yeah, but it stopped, and I'll tell you why it stopped, because I mean, people found out or whatever, but my parents, and my dad was like, kind of like, hey man, like, hey, you can't do that. But it was my mom. Oh, like, I mean, I love my mom. She loves me, and what she did was a good thing. 100%. But she's like, I mean, my mom and dad's relationship, it's hard to describe. I mean, but I mean, some people probably like say something different. But I'll describe it like this. There is very old fashioned to it, I don't know and really this is almost on the tee of somewhat what it's like. If you watch if you ever, people that know what the TV show All in the Family is, if you watch that, yeah, that's basically what it was like. It was one of those like an old fashioned type of marriage, where the guy goes to work, and then when he comes home, the wife, like kind of has everything for him. That's what it was like. I mean that's just what it was. I'm not saying that that's how I think it should be. Not at all. Because even I would kind of, because I thought, like, that's my mom, so I don't know, so but that's how it was, but the truth. So yeah, so he kind of was the one that like made the rules and all that. He was the harder one, like to on us. Well, not really hard on us, but just, I don't know. He just had that authority over us. So even though where my mom would kind of shield me from at times, but when I say shield, he never hit me, not once, not one time. But just the scolding was like, oh, it was hard. I didn't want to get a talk or a lecture from him, because it was, even to this day, really. I'm like, oh God, I don't want my dad to be disappointed and have to get a scolding. So, but yeah, but then, and my mom, no, she was, just a sweet lady, So, but at the same time, I remember, if you really watch that show, now granted, this is TV, so it's fake, but, but if you watch the show, then you'll know what I'm talking about. But there was times where, when Edith was her name. When she needed to, lay down the law, she did, and she really did. Meaning she was kind and sweet, but when something needed to be spoken on and corrected, it was stronger than what Archie did. So that's what would happen. If something really was serious. So anyway, so at that time, my mom, she talked to me and she just kind of said, she said, hey, like, she said something like, I don't come from where this kind of thing is acceptable. And she said, and something like, I refuse for my son to bring this into like my family, and I was like, sheesh, so but the way I might have not interpreted it correctly, but when I just said it, but what she was saying was like, yeah, like what she said, that I don't, it's not acceptable, it's not what I come from. And when she said refuse to let my son, she was saying like, well, first, don't do this again, but at the same time she was saying, if you do, you're not my son. That's how she said it. And I was like, damn, like that stung so deep, like, whoa, like, like, because coming from her, like, but yeah, it definitely like whoa, like it worked. I was like, oh damn, like, like that made me feel like, I mean, very no shame, for what happened, and so yeah, that's really what really changed. Like, I can't do that, like I can't be that, or yeah. So anyway, so yeah, so that's what happened, and so then after that, don't get me wrong, there was arguments and stuff, but I always I stopped, like, what I mean, because yeah, you can get it, arguments go so bad, but then I was like, no, like, yeah, that was the thing that just, there's, you have to stop, so yeah, so that was it. I mean, even now, like, I mean, she'll say like, oh, like when you used to beat me up, and I'm like, and okay, those 2 times, yeah, I mean, what can I say? I stopped, that stopped at some point, and she would say, yeah, because that she put an end to it, that she put her foot down, and I'm like, what? Like, okay, like, I don't know, just, it's just crazy. It's manufactured. It's fake. I mean, the whole, well, even from when I spoke on, even, when I brought up like what her real intention was, I mean, yeah, it was, she was fake all along, so she didn't care what, how and what she was saying, or, telling me, or trying to make me believe, it didn't matter, it's just, it didn't matter. Kind of like that comment there, when she screams, like she had no filter. She's like, who cares how he takes it? Like, I don't care what, she didn't care what my outcome would be as far as, anything. So, but yeah, but that's how that happened. Let's see. Yeah, I guess that's it for this one. Oh, and I didn't reference the date. It's April 4th. Today was my dad's birthday. He was 87. Yeah, that's how old he is. We had a little just, cake and food. It's late. It's like 11 o'clock. After that, I just, I went to my sister's house. They were gonna help me do my taxes. I haven't done that yet. It's the first time I'm doing taxes, since not being at home. So it's different, I mean, so anyways, we did it, but we just did it like, the basic way, like free TurboTax. And so, yeah, my tax bill is like, sheesh, like, it's, hopefully it's not, well, I'm going to go try to see an accountant. see if they can, move some numbers. But yeah, it said I owed $5,600 to like federal, and then like $3,000 to California, state. It's like, sheesh, that's $9,600. $10,000. Sheesh, I don't know that much. That's a lot, I think. I mean, that 1,800 that I said it was, that's, I mean, it's a bill. Plus, sheesh, I owe 10,000 right now. It's like, whoa, like, if that's what it is, I'll pay it. But it's quite a big tax bill. Yeah, so I'll see what I can do. Yeah, like I said, I think I'll stop there because yeah, it's hard. I guess it was hard to talk about that. And then I'll touch real quick on those episodes. Yeah, yesterday. Yeah, I got tired. I mean, I did start talking about nothing. I started talking about freight, and then I think the one before that, I started mixing in. I think I was talking about a car scanner, out of nowhere. Like, oh yeah, you need to buy one that has more functions. Ridiculous, But I think that's what happens when you start falling asleep. You start, whatever you're gonna start dreaming about, it starts invading, your whatever thoughts, whatever you're speaking on or thinking of. That's how they get mixed up. So that's what happened. Like I said, I'll just leave it just to, I don't know, just maybe for comedy. Let me see. Oh yeah, today I slept a lot. I mean, I was tired. I worked Tuesday night, and then yesterday was Wednesday. I had a doctor's appointment like at 10. So when I got off, I went home, slept for like maybe 40 minutes, went to the doctor's appointment. Then after that, I met up with my daughter, and we hung out for some hours. And then and she had a soccer game, indoor soccer game, like at 7. So I went to that. So then I didn't get home till about, that recording was at about 10 p.m. And, and I was tired by then because, like I said, I had worked overnight and then I stayed up most of the day. And so I went home last night and I went to sleep. I mean, I slept till I woke up in the morning, but then I didn't go to work, my day job. I just called in. I have a note from the doctor. And I slept most of the day because I was just tired, It's been, I've had a hard time kind of sleeping, just overall. So I sleep very little, but then it catches up to you, So all of a sudden, you're not sleeping well, but then all of a sudden you just crash and, you sleep for like 16 hours. Just, your body's just shuts down. Like, hey, you haven't been sleeping enough for, for weeks. So that's what happens. Then today I feel, groggy because I slept so long. So that's kind of weird. That's what happens. Let's see. Do I want to move on to something else? No, I don't have anything that I think is good to say right now. But okay. So that's it for now.